Welcome to this week's Walk in the Word. Back to Trader Joe's. The ongoing saga of Trader Joe's. And it's around 6:45 p.m. so you know, I'm coming after hours. Makes things a lot easier. No junkyard dog to deal with, and so on. This is they may have added some more cement down there. Maybe I just never noticed it. This is pretty much the same as our last look. Say hi. Oh, hey. Hi. You're gonna be on the internet.
Hi.
Look for Walking in the Word. I don't know, you know, I've seen people, you know, enjoying this blogging thing, but I never saw anybody insist about being included. Nice. Well, let's get our usual shot from here. Not sure what I'm shooting. Looks like they're making quite a bit of progress. Let's go around and get a little closer. Doo-doo. I always have a melody in my head. If I ain't singing it, I'm whistling it. Well, look at this tower, huh? Let's get another shot of the tower. I wish I could zoom in on it, because, you know, it's, man, the thing's got a bunch of wires and doodads. The GoPro makes it look smaller. I'm hesitating because there's a guy way back there getting in his truck. He's not wearing a hard hat, but he might yell at me, and I don't think he's paying any attention. Yeah, it's Alan the Trespasser. And we still have the royal flush going on in the background, right? So, man, the work here is... This looks a little problematic. Can you see the curb? Look at the curb. I mean, looks to me like it's sinking and then coming back up. That doesn't look right to me, man. Uh-oh, I'm gonna get yelled at. Here comes a guy in his truck. Oh, not getting yelled at? I don't know. Are you gonna yell at me? No, can I get you on?
No, not me.
Okay.
I just think these just go somewhere and fucking, you know.
Okay, this is great, because he didn't chase me away. He gave me a nickel tour. Inside I saw everything, but I'm not allowed to shoot any of it. So, you know, nothing to tell. It's just, you know, a bunch of construction going on, all the lighting. It's an amazing amount of work. They plan on opening up on October 1st. This door here, that's where the big trucks come in. They back in, and they have all kinds of sensors inside to sense any CO2 or anything dangerous like that. They back the trucks in and unload them privately, because it's all, you know, Trader Joe products. They don't want anybody knowing anything. So, but it goes through all kinds of sensor and safety issues, and it's really amazing. This here, they're not sure what this is going to be. It's not the liquor store. They're probably going to lease it out to somebody else. The liquor store, he says, is going to be on the other side. But there is a liquor store, organic wine for Allen. You switch over here, the building is getting closer to finishing work. It's pretty cool. And it was really nice of him to invite me inside. And you know, there's two guys that are here, and this is their show. They're in charge of everything. So he wasn't paranoid about me being here like some of those other people, but he wouldn't let me shoot inside. I'm not sure, legal stuff. But these are, here on the corner, these are two front doors, and there are two on this side too that I couldn't see last time. I think we can see them now. There's the two on this corner, and you got to come all the way around to see them over here. But there's two doors there. So, oh, you know, and if you look, it really does go down a good distance. And I guess the liquor store is way down on the end there, from what he was telling me. Yeah. So I feel like I've made friends with the two owners of the whole shebang, you know? How cool is that? I guess you might say that my relationship with Trader Joe's is now a little bit advanced from where it was. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. So, that's that. Let's go for our walk in the Word. I've been watching The Rifleman. I told you about that in one of the previous walks in the Word. I really love this show. I was thinking about why. I have a good reason. It's all about a father and a son. I should say it's all about a father and his son. And boy, I'll tell you, if you ever watch that show, it's amazing how they wrote into the scripting and everything to really show. Here's the two owners. As I turn my camera and walk the other way, you can see they're gonna see this video and they'll giggle, but there they are. So anyway, they'll see these videos because, see if you can see this. I'm not I made these cards, and on the back, you know, it says watchallen.com, yada yada. Gave them each one, so they'll be watching these videos. I says, you know, you'll enjoy it because you'll see all your work going up week by week. So that's that. I was talking about The Rifleman, and you know, I love that show so much because it's all about a father and his son. And you know, Abba, Father Yahweh, and his son, his Yahid, Yeshua. That's what my life is all about. And also, my relationship with my dad is really something special. Look, I've known a lot of people in my day. Never seen anything like what Yahweh gave me with my father and my mother. My dad, I said this in a previous video many years ago, when I was like 7, my dad instructed me one time, saying, just don't ever do anything that you wouldn't be proud to tell me about. I don't know, man. The way he delivered it, I never forgot those words. The way he delivered it, the kind of relationship we had, when I knew when he said something, he meant it. He never, ever exaggerated any point on anything. He never, ever misled me or misguided me or fed me a line of bull, ever. And, you know, by the time I was in my 20s, I realized he's not only my dad, but my best friend as well. So, you know, I'll always remember that. There's a couple of years later, I was 9 years old, and my jiddu died. Jiddu is the Aramaic way of saying, talking about my grandfather. If I was addressing him, I would say jiddi. Jiddi. If I'm talking to you about him, I say jiddu. Jiddu. If I'm talking to him, I'm like jiddi, you know. I was 9 years old and he passed away. And boy, this is a moment in my life I'll never forget. We're at the funeral parlor, and he was on display. I didn't understand anything. This is my first experience with death. But they called us up one at a time. I was called up to, you know, pay last respects. And I walked up to the coffin. I was able to stand right up to it. And there's my jiddi. My jiddu laying out. His hands folded, all dressed up. Looked like he was sleeping. I put my hand on his hand. And that's when I realized something was wrong. His hand felt like a cold piece of meat. You know, like chicken, you know. It was soft, his flesh moved, but it was cold. And it hit me. He's not here. Well, here's the part that really slays me, and I'll never forget, because to my right, maybe 6 yards away, there was an open door, and my dad was standing there watching me. This is how much he loved his son. He knew this is the first time my son's seeing this kind of a thing. He was off in a distance, not interrupting my experience in any way, but watching, caring. I turned, I saw him, and when he had been watching my experience, he'd been seeing the look on my face, reading my thoughts. And when he saw that I looked at him, he stooped down and put his arms out. And I ran to him. But you know, what's always stayed with me is that he cared that much. That he was thinking about his son. It's so beautiful. Share one other thing with you and then we'll call it a walk in the Word. This isn't easy. I miss him greatly, you know. Well, before he passed, we both made a pact that whoever would pass away first, if it was possible, they would let the other one know what's up. We made that agreement. And even before he passed, when he was in the hospital on his way out, he was visiting me at night when I was sleeping. You know, we have dreams and we have visions and we have visitations, and it wasn't a dream, it wasn't a vision, it was a visitation. He was visiting me and letting me know things. Well, so anyway, he passed, and one night he came and visited me while I was sleeping. We were standing on a street corner at night. It seemed like New York City, and big city, big buildings, brick, brownstone, all kinds of stuff like that. And get away from this traffic. Over my left shoulder, I look, and he's my dad standing. I'm like, what are you doing? Everybody thinks you're dead. I mean, this was shocking. It was so real. And I'm like, what do you do? You can't be here. Everybody thinks you're dead. What are you doing? You know, why didn't you tell me, you know, whatever. It was really amazing. And he said to me, tell me, which is more real? What you remember with me before, or what you're experiencing right here and now? And I looked around. You know, just like here, you see the brick buildings, they're brick buildings, but something else I've come to realize, you cannot describe realistically in any way, shape, or form anything of the kingdom of Elohim. You can't be done. I smelled the Father's scent when I was in the hospital 4.5 years ago. There's no way I can describe that smell. I've never smelled anything like it. Whatever. You can't do it, you know? So, you know, I'm trying to tell you what I saw. I mean, there were brick buildings, but it seemed like they were made out of light. And yet it's not what you would imagine. I mean, you could knock on it. It's not, you know, like a hologram or a holographic image or something. What I was experiencing with him was more real in every way, shape, and form than what I remember of our time together here before he passed. There's some stuff about me and my dad that I thought I would share with you. Last Thursday, we started our study in 1 Corinthians. I'm telling you again, I read Well, I interpreted and delivered, I should say, because I didn't read from any Bible, the first 3 chapters of 1 Corinthians. I can't explain this. It's like I've read that book many times. I don't ever remember reading what I read. Back in the day, I always used to say, he rewrites the book every time I close it. That was my way of describing this, and so I mean, I've experienced things like this before throughout the years, but never anything like this. This is off the charts. About my real Father and what He's doing with His children. He loves us. He cares about us way beyond what I've experienced with my earthly dad. That's our walk in the Word, my friends. Till next week, shalom.